Hi, I'm Wahid Tanner, and today we're going to continue the discussion of the book, How to Code C++ from a Simple Idea to a Game You'll Understand. Now, you can get this book at takeupcode.com. Today we're going to talk about some data types, and we're going to start out with the data types, actually. We're going to talk about the char type. But first of all, let's talk about, why are data types important? So, some languages might promise to be more beginner friendly because they say, don't worry about data types. And to me, when I'm programming, I find that knowing what I'm working with actually makes it easier than not knowing what I'm working with. So I would rather work with a language that I know what the types are than a language that tries to, push that aside and say, don't worry about that. Imagine if you were to order a package and, this box arrives on your doorstep and you're not allowed to know what's inside it. You have to know ahead of time what's inside it. You might think you know what's inside it because you placed the order, but, it's not always clear what's going to be inside that box. So that's why with C++, everything is what's called strongly typed. So you know exactly what the types are that you're working with. And the type that we're going to talk about today is the char type. So char stands for a character type, and it's really, there's a lot to it. If you look at other books that try to get more technical, you're going to find that there's chars, there's signed chars, there's unsigned chars, there's, char 16s, there's char 30, there's all kinds of these. Do you really need to know all of that? And how would you actually use this? So it's one thing to know all the details. It's another thing to just be able to understand how you're going to use a char in your programming. So that's what I'm going to talk about today. A char type, really, the best thing that you can use it for is to hold characters. I'm talking about single letters. And you can put numbers in it if you want, but here, let me show you a example. Let me put the book off to the side here, and let's switch over to a game, first of all, that I have. Okay, so this is a game of memory matching. And what you do is, it's asking for a choice. So I have no idea what letters. We're using letters for the symbols, and they're hidden underneath these numbers. So let's start out with, let's see what's under 1. It says that there's a D under 1. That D is a char. Okay, so let's try, let's see what's under 2. And we have a B under 2. All right, let's see what's under 3. 3 is an A. How about let's see if we can find a match here. 5. There we go. Okay, so we found a match at 4 and 5, and you can see that what we found was the letter C. Okay, so let's take a look real quick at the code behind this. Okay, so in here you can see a little bit of the code that's running this game. And you can see that we're keeping track of all the symbols through a vector of chars. So this is just a vector of characters, and that's what's going to hold all those letters that were underneath those numbers that were displayed. And whenever we find a match, we store that in this this data member called imMatchFound, and that's also a char type. Okay, so that's it, really. I mean, it's a fairly simple data type. When you use it to store characters, it can get more elaborate, especially if you're dealing with, international characters, or if you're getting into different sizes of characters. But just to keep things simple, especially when you're learning, you don't need to worry about any of that thing. You don't need to worry about any of those things. Just storing some simple characters in your char data type is all you need to know. All right, that's enough for today. Thank you. Bye.